guys, it's Beth, and I am back with a very overdue fitness progress update for you. My last fitness update video was back, I believe, in early March, and it's now July 22nd, so I have a bit of progress to report, so let's get right down to it, shall we? Without beating around the bush. Since the last update, I have lost, well, I should say since last December of 2015, I have lost in total about 30 pounds, which, for those of you on metric, I guess that would be around 13 kilograms. So, I had said in my videos earlier this year, when I was discussing my quest to get in better shape, that weight loss was a part of it. It wasn't the ultimate goal though. So it's nice that I've lost this weight, but I still have not, in my opinion, since March, because of various setbacks, one of them being the weather. I'm really a wimp about getting outside and walking or doing anything when it's really below like the mid 60s, because I'm a wimp. But I don't feel like I've made a lot of progress on the fitness front. However, I have gotten my eating habits very much under control, which is a very good first step, or maybe it's better for me to say it's a good first stage. Anytime you have weight to lose and you feel like you're out of shape, so you're like I was late last year, I was essentially a couch potato. If you're watching my videos on fitness, my fitness quest for the first time, just to give a brief recap, I have been a yo-yo dieter pretty much all my adult life. My weight has fluctuated by 30 to 45 pounds. And so I have been, I'm 5'7", and I have been as much as almost 200 pounds down to as low as about 130, maybe 129, 130, which was way too thin for me. I looked very emaciated. I have a large rib cage and kind of wide hips for my frame, so being that thin didn't suit me, but being 200 pounds didn't either. So I think I found a happy medium. I am somewhere around 145, 146 right now, and that's without doing a lot of working out. So how did I lose this weight? Where am I now, and where do I want to go from here? I lost the weight, as I just mentioned, through improving my way of eating, which ironically abbreviates to WOW. My WOW has really improved, and I have to say it hasn't been all that woeful. I don't feel like I've really denied myself what I have done in lieu of losing weight and getting fit through exercise, which would be the next phase. I have been eating clean. I have been eating smaller portions. I do not ascribe to the eat multiple small meals all day long theory that some people do. For some people that works great. For me, I would rather have 2 or 3 larger and well-rounded meals and no snacks in between, because just personally, when I snack, I find it a lot harder to control what I eat throughout the day. It's easy to let a few extra calories sneak in, and for a lot of people, especially if you're over 40 like I am, those few extra calories mean the difference between gaining weight steadily or maintaining or losing weight steadily. So I have been controlling my portion sizes, eating only at certain times of the day, and in a narrower window. So I don't eat when I first wake up in the morning. And I've never been able to do that. I've never been a big breakfast person anyway. So I will wake up and work for a few hours and drink lots of water, get my liquids in. I also drink 0-calorie drinks, so that has also helped tremendously. So no alcohol, no drinks with any calories in them at all. So unsweetened tea with artificial sweeteners, stevia, what have you. I try to go natural with my sweeteners whenever I can. Or, Coke Zeros, which I know don't have stevia in them, but I have 1 can of Coke Zero a day, if that. So it's not like I'm overdosing on the Cokes and the chemicals. And of course water. I've been trying to boost my water intake a lot lately. And so in the mornings I will have just liquids and get hydrated, and then I will have usually an early lunch. I'll eat around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and that's my first meal. And I try to get in as much protein as possible in that lunch, and I am pretty much 0 sugar right now, except for an occasional, I'll allow myself an occasional adult indulgence. I'll pick my battles wisely. For example, if I go up to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, because that's the food capital of the United States as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much impossible to eat healthy when you go to Lancaster. I don't know how people who live there, how people stay, slim, except I guess if they're active all day and they really watch what they eat. There's so many places to eat and so many restaurants and buffets and smorgasbords and baked goods places and ice cream and you name it, it's in Lancaster. So I'll go up there and I will allow myself to have 1 indulgence or treat a day. So 1 small bag of popcorn, gourmet popcorn, or 1 ice cream. Other than that, when I'm here at home in Virginia, I don't have any desserts. I don't have, if I go out to eat, I don't have any appetizers. I don't have any bread. So I don't ever eat candy or cakes or cupcakes or cookies when I'm down here just at home. I see no reason to. It adds absolutely nothing to my nutrition and really to my life. I feel like in my life I've eaten enough of that stuff to last anyone a lifetime. It never got me anywhere. If I have even, if I go to a party and have a couple of pieces of cake or a couple of cupcakes, I feel like it just goes instantly to my hips. It feels like I put on 5 pounds, so I'm just tired of feeling that way. So I've cut out the sugar. I've cut out a lot of starches, but not all of them. I still occasionally have small amounts of rice or potatoes or sweet potatoes, corn on the cob. It's summertime, and who can resist corn on the cob in summer? So the key is limited portions. So that's done really well for me. I'd say the thing that put me over the top, I was losing a little bit of weight initially as spring went on, but what really kicked, I think, the weight loss into overdrive without much effort was when I cut out fried food. So I don't have tortilla chips anymore, for example. I don't have hush puppies if I go out and get barbecue. I avoid anything that has been fried in oil or anything that's greasy. So a good rule of thumb, if you want to do the same thing, is if you're not sure about the food, take it and put it on a white napkin or a paper towel, and if it leaves a grease mark, don't eat it. That's the simple rule of thumb for avoiding fried stuff. Of course, if you know already ahead of time that it was fried, just don't get it. It's like, for me, with the cakes and the candies and the sugary stuff, it's just something that, to me, it's nutritionally void. In fact, it's anti-nutrients. It takes away from the good food that you're eating. It has a negative effect. So, avoiding sugar, staying away from fried foods, any drinks with calories in it, and the weight has really, the weight has been dropping off, even though I haven't been doing as much exercising as I want to. So that's going to be my next phase in my plan, is I don't want to end up being what some people call skinny fat, where you are, your body shape in general, if someone looks at you, they see a slender person, but everything is loose and jiggly. You have no cardiovascular strength. You have very little bodily strength. Your muscles are not, you're just not in good shape internally as far as your fitness level goes. So that's what I'm going to work on next. I did plan originally at the start of this year, I was going to train for 5Ks and run a few of those in the summertime and in the fall. And I had such a bad time with my initial efforts to train. I was doing a Couch to 5K program where I was running in increments of, I was alternating walking and running. So I was walking for 90 seconds, running for 60 seconds, walking for 90 seconds, running again for 60 seconds, repeat for half an hour, or a set cycle. And after less than a week, I got a terrible case of hip bursitis, and that was a huge setback, and it took weeks for me to recover from that. So I realized that kind of training just isn't going to work for me, and ever since then I do get out and I walk every day that I can, but it is just walking. I don't run, I don't alternate running bursts anymore. So I would like to start doing high intensity interval training again, or HIIT for short, which is very similar to what I was doing with the walking running thing, but there are HIIT workouts you can do that don't involve running, and it's a little less stressful on your joints. Really, if you're not familiar with HIIT training, I do recommend you look it up, HIIT, high intensity interval training. You can do HIIT right at home. You don't need special equipment. You don't even need dumbbells. You can do HIIT just with your own body weight. So all HIIT involves is periods of moderate exercise interspersed with short bursts of high intensity movement. So you could jog in place, you could jump rope, you can do calisthenic type exercises. There are some great video programs out there for HIIT training, so I'll look them up. Some of them are a little more on the costly side, but to me, well worth it. For example, the TurboFire it's a few years old now. It's from the same people, the Beachbody people who do P90X and the Shaun T, Insanity, if you're familiar with those. TurboFire is great. I have that series, and it was worth every penny that I paid for it several years ago. When I've done TurboFire before on a regular basis, at least 3 times a week, in the past, I can tell a big difference in especially my cardiovascular strength. So I want to start doing HIIT workouts again, and I also want to start doing some more strength training using my sandbag and some dumbbells, and I want to find a way to get a chin-up bar in this house. We have one that goes in the door, and I used to use it in our old townhouse, and I'm just laughing because my husband set it up. He's tall, so he set it up here in this house in a doorway, and I tried one pull-up, and the bar just flew off the top of the door, and I landed flat on my back. It happened like that, and my husband was standing right there, and even he couldn't catch me in time. So yeah, I hit hard, and yeah, that kind of put me off of doing anything with that chin-up bar. I now don't trust it, so I'd like to get more of a proper, or at least find some place where I can go out and do some pull-ups, and I need to do a lot more with my upper arms. But yeah, in a nutshell, I'm very happy with the progress I've made so far. 30 pounds is nothing to laugh at or sneeze at, I suppose. Again, not my ultimate goal. I have not been very focused on the numbers on the scale. In fact, I have only weighed myself maybe every 3 weeks or so, just because I know that from day to day, as a woman in her 40s, going through a bunch of hormonal stuff, my weight is going to fluctuate. And you will drive yourself crazy if you weigh yourself daily. I really don't recommend it, but I mean, if you're that type of person, go for it. But I think it just leads to a lot of frustration with yourself, and it makes you likelier to quit when you do that. However, I do recommend that you weigh yourself periodically, even if you're not particularly trying to lose weight, because I know from personal experience, and it's happened more than once, that weight can come creeping back, and it is so easy to overlook it, deny it, write it off. And if you don't actually weigh yourself, that's what spurred me to do this last December. Was I went to a show. I tried to wear, I did wear a pair of jeans that fit me great in 2013, and then 2 years later I put them on, and I could barely get them buttoned over my stomach, and they were stretchy, and I was really disappointed in myself in how much weight I had gained. So I got on the scale very reluctantly and was not happy to see how much weight I had put back on, and it was so stealthy. But when I look back at my eating habits and my workout habits, my workout habits were non-existent. My eating habits were getting bad again. I had them under control for a little while in 2012, 2013, and then little by little, it's just those little extra calories and those things that you do. So, for example, at work, I was raiding my neighbor's candy jar. At first it was just once a day, and then it was twice, and then it was 3 times, and stuff sneaks up on you. So I do recommend that you weigh yourself on a somewhat regular basis. Just not, you don't need to do it daily, guys. Believe me, you don't. There's nothing you can do from one day to the next. It's going to make a significant impact on your weight anyway. So once a week is fine. And I didn't even do it that much, but I did keep track of it just to make sure that I was on this steady path. If my weight had not changed in 3 weeks at all, then that would have been a sign that I need to mix things up a little bit and try to break through a plateau. If my weight had gone up over the past few weeks, then I knew I'd have to, again, change things. But as long as my weight continued to go down, I knew I was on the right track. So really, that's about all I have to add. I will do another update video at some point. I'm about to go on a trip overseas to Germany, which is another reason why I decided to get really serious about how I eat and to try to lose a little bit of weight, because it was the choice for the trip was either, okay, buy new clothes in a larger size, or get down to the weight I used to be so I can fit into my old clothes, and then I won't have to spend any more money on clothes. So that was a big motivator, and I'm actually able to fit into shorts that I bought a couple of years ago when I was thinner, that I wasn't quite able to fit into then, and now I can fit into them. So I've made some really great progress, and just wanted to share. And if anyone has any questions, if you want more information or details about the eating plan that I'm on, I'll be more than happy to answer those. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next update, which will be, I don't know, I'll maybe do in a few weeks from now. After the trip, I am going to come home and get more serious about the physical side of my fitness quest, as I like to call it. So you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching and commenting, subscribing, and again, questions are always welcome. So if you are also on the same path, feel free to share. I'd love to see links to your own videos or your own stories, if you have them. If you're blogging or vlogging, please, by all means, send me links, share, put your links down in the comments if you want to share with everyone else watching. And I think it's great to have that discussion and that community, and for people to give each other support and encouragement any way that you can. So I feel very supported and encouraged by you just watching. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.